I'm not gonna lie, I feel like makeup is a lot more welcoming to just anybody because like anybody can do makeup. Like no matter where you're from, no matter who you are, anybody can do makeup. There is a certain level of like, okay, like you're only doing it just so that way like you can get brownie points, like straight men. Sorry, I said it. Hi guys, it's Candido Torres. Welcome back to my channel. So today I just decided that I wanted to do my makeup. It's pretty much gonna be the same premise every video. I say some random shit at the beginning. I put in my little intro and then I show you like something in the background, something that's interesting, something that's new for the day. So for today's video, I'm gonna show you my trash can. What's great about this trash can is it was given to me by the local complex, not the local complex, the apartment complex that I live in. Every apartment gets a free trash can that they use, the tenant. And yeah, so I just wanted to do my makeup with you guys, do a little get ready with me. What am I getting ready for, you may ask? You know, that's a really good question. So for this video, I decided to go on my Instagram and be like, hey guys, me, your friend Candido, ask me some questions for my next video. Unfortunately, only 3 people said any questions. So we're gonna answer those 3 questions in great detail so that way this video can be at least 10 minutes long. So for today's look, I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna try some new techniques with you guys. I don't know if I mentioned this, but recently I started working at a makeup salon as a makeup artist, which is a really big deal, but it also has been quite interesting because I've had to learn techniques that I used to not like. I used to hate these techniques, not really a lot of techniques, but just like techniques that I saw on YouTube and were just like, I'm never doing that. However, I will say, I have been starting to incorporate these techniques into my looks. And honestly, I actually really like it. Let's just get into it. Let me show you instead of talking. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So to start off with, you know this. I love me some Saie Beauty. This is the Glowy Super Gel in Star Glow. And I'm just gonna take this and just put in like 2 pumps onto my dry hand, and we're just gonna do the same old candy thing. We're just gonna put this on. This primer is incredible for just really giving you that hydration, but also like giving you that nice shine. Like, can you see that? I think you can if you open your eyeballs. Hello? I think there's like ghosts living in this apartment complex because I seriously keep hearing noises. And then what I also like to do before I do anything else is I like to wear the licx Beauty lip gloss in It's Gagging. licx Beauty is a Black-owned queer LGBTQI+ brand that's focused on making you feel beautiful inside and out with their clean and vegan cruelty-free products. Like, yes! But yeah, I really wanted to give a quick shout out to licx Beauty for not really sponsoring this video specifically, but just sponsoring me in general. If you guys don't know, I've been doing makeup for the past 1.5 years, and I wasn't really a content creator. I was just doing makeup and just living my life basically. But I've always wanted to be a content creator. I've always wanted to make content and stuff like that. And right when I basically just started, licx Beauty swooped in and was like, hey, like we really like your brand, we like you, and we think you're talented, and so therefore listen up, Candido. Like, so yeah, thank you so much, licx Beauty, for making me one of your brand ambassadors. I have to say, I really love this lip gloss, and I also have another one. This one is in the shade It's Giving. I'm not gonna put it on right now because I'm just in the prep stage of my skin, but this shade is absolutely gorgeous. It's more of like a shiny pink. It's really pretty, I love it. And then this one is just their regular, like, go-to buttery smooth lip gloss. I put like 3 like little swatches on this on my lips, and as you can see, it's definitely like giving. Like, I just love this gloss, and also on top of that, it is very hydrating. So thank you so much, licx Beauty. I really appreciate it. And let's move on to the eyes. It's sometimes better to actually do your eyes first before doing the rest of your makeup. So let's get into that. Okay, so I'm back. So yeah, this is basically how I do my eyebrows now. And this is not just my eyebrows, but it's also like pretty much every client's eyebrows. What I'll do next is I'll take like a dry beauty blender and I'll literally just like blend this out. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna take a kind of like skin matching shade to my skin tone from like the James Charles palette. I'm just gonna use this kind of like light shade right here. And I'm just gonna take that and just set. And what this will do is it will kind of lock in the base that I just laid down for the rest of the shadow that I'm gonna apply afterwards. And I like to bring it up to like the edge of the brow, as you can see, so that way it's really set and like ready to go. I won't really worry about this. I mean, I'm bringing it out just so that way it's all even, but like this will be cut out with a, what's it called? Makeup remover. So now that that's set, let's get to the first question that I got from one of my followers on Instagram. So let's get right into it. What kind of aesthetic style do you think you have? Are you thinking about switching it up? So basically, like, I don't really have an aesthetic. I'm gonna be really honest with you. I definitely did dabble in fashion and I still love fashion. I still watch like fashion shows on, you know, YouTube. And that's kind of like one of my pastimes is just like look into like fashion trends and like I follow a lot of fashion channels, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I honestly like don't really have great fashion. I'm not gonna lie to you, this t-shirt, I also wear this to like work. I wear this out with my friends. I don't really have a lot of variation when it comes to wearing clothes because recently, like in the past couple of years, I have gained weight. And while that isn't necessarily a big issue for me, it definitely has become an issue when it comes to wearing clothes because I used to be very skinny growing up and it wasn't up until like the end of like 2019 that I was like super skinny. And like during that time, I didn't really worry about clothes. Like I just wore anything and everything fit me. And so I never really had to worry about what things looked like. But now that I'm bigger, unfortunately, I kind of have to like dress accordingly. And that's been kind of difficult to the point where I don't even really like to do that. Like I like to go shopping. Now that I'm bigger, it hurts to say this, but I literally will just wear this t-shirt and a couple of other like choice t-shirts that will like fit me. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing when it comes to fashion. It's not even really an aesthetic, it's just me being overweight, so. And honestly, when it comes to like switching it up, I'm not gonna lie, I have been exploring like different possibilities and I do kind of enjoy like certain aesthetics. Like I do like dark academia. I feel like dark academia is like super fun and something that I would really enjoy. I'm a Capricorn, so anything that has to do with like dark, I feel like dark academia in its core is just super mysterious. And I'm not a very mysterious person. I'm very loud and I'm very obnoxious. But my personality is like very much like dark academia. It's like very much like mysterious and like studious, but also like a weird sense of like whimsy, you know? And I have been exploring like different aesthetics. I mean, I don't think it's that hard because I see people do it all the time, but it is difficult to like find clothes just in general because I feel like people just refuse to make clothes for bigger people. And that's like kind of the crux of it all is that like, yes, being overweight is bad. We should be able to wear clothes that fit us regardless of whether or not like being obese or being bigger is a bad thing, you know? And like I said, like I do enjoy fashion, but it gets to a point where it's like, this club is not even for me. Why would I want to be a part of something that doesn't even want me to be a part of it? You know what I'm saying? I feel like makeup is a lot more welcoming to just anybody because like anybody can do makeup. Like no matter where you're from, no matter who you are, anybody can do makeup. There is a certain level of like, okay, like you're only doing it just so that way like you can get brownie points, like straight men. Sorry, I said it. But ultimately, like everybody deserves to feel beautiful and everybody deserves to, you know, if you want to buy makeup and you want to use that to enhance the way that you look, you're not allowed to do that. Like I'm doing that right now. I'm literally putting on makeup to make myself look better. And that's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that's probably my aesthetic. My aesthetic is not necessarily the clothes that I wear, but it's the makeup that I put on my face. Because honestly, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just putting on orange. But you know what? That's the whole point, is to just have fun and try new things. I actually am not gonna lie, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna blend this out real quick while I answer the next question. Let's do it. How did you push past your fears of starting your YouTube channel? So that's a really funny question because I wouldn't say that I was necessarily scared of starting my YouTube channel. The issue is that I've been on this fucking app for like, what? Over a decade. I think I made my first YouTube channel back in like 2009. I'm not kidding when I say this. I literally made my first YouTube channel when I was 9 years old. And I really loved like video games as a kid. Obviously, like, who doesn't like video games? And so I basically spent all my time playing Pokemon, Minecraft, this game called Invisimals. Like, I was like a gaming connoisseur. Unfortunately though, the only issue with me having a YouTube channel was the fact that I was a minor. And as a minor, I was really fucking annoying. I don't know, it was just an interesting kind of like moment in my life that I will never fucking forget because Jesus Christ. Yeah, so I wouldn't say it was more of a fear, but it was more of just like me making attempts at trying to become a YouTuber, but then none of those attempts actually panning out. And so I think recently I was just like, I have to do this. It's like, it's getting to the point now where like the world could potentially end pretty soon, and not end, but just like things are getting worse. And so I was just kind of like, you know what? It's either I start this and I just fucking do it, or I don't and I regret it. I am not necessarily paranoid about being a regretful person. I just go with the flow. But this is like one of those things that's just like, I have to do this. Like I've tried 10 times. I started in 2009. I started in 2011. I started in 2013. I restarted in 2015. So yeah, I had to make the leap and I decided to just go for it. You know what I'm saying? Just go for it. And honestly, that's my advice to everybody that's watching this. Just go for it. If you feel like you need to do it, just fucking do it. If it's beneficial to you, to your family, to your bank account, to your body, just go for it, babes. Like the sky's the limit. The sky is the limit. And once I let go of this idea that like I'm a loser and I'm just never gonna succeed in anything, I realized that it's time. Like, it's time for the world to see Candido T. Okay. Like, if you feel like you just can't let it go, just do it. If you keep asking yourself, you're never gonna get it done. Just try. At least try. I posted a fucking short and I was like, shorts are disgusting and ugly. Like, when they first got released, I was like, okay, cool. YouTube is just stealing TikTok now, basically. I posted a short. It got 1,500K views and it netted me like 9 subscribers, which by the way, hi, thank you for subscribing. My name is Candido Torres. I'm a makeup artist in the local Phoenix, Arizona area. And yeah, so just fucking do it, okay? Next, I'm gonna take this little fluffy brush right here. This is the Makeup by Ariel like fluffy brush. I think it's in the shade. It's in A11, and I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna dip into a surprise shade. I'm gonna dip into Young Metzi, and I'm just gonna take this shadow, and as you can see, I'm just gonna concentrate it on that area right there. I can tell this is gonna look so good. And don't be afraid to like accidentally mix the 2 shades together because we're gonna mix it together in the middle anyway. But this is gonna be like the guide, essentially. And as you can see, it kind of creates like that nice like gradient right there. That is so freaking cool already. Okay, so now that I basically added the blue onto the lids, I'm gonna actually add a little bit more on this side. Let me answer the third question, the third and final question. What is the hardest challenge you've had to overcome? So, So yeah, that's basically it. Let's get back into the makeup look because this got kind of deep. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and kind of deepen up the blue parts of my makeup look. I'm loving how this is looking right now. Like it is just like a nice like contrast between the orange and the blue. But I'm gonna deepen up that blue with the shade Bar Le Duc. I'm sorry, that's probably a different language. I butchered that the fucking house, but anyway. I am like obsessed with the Nyan palette that I'm using. I don't know what magic she decided to put in this, but it is absolutely gorgeous. Oh yeah, that's super cool. You can kind of see like it's making like a green shade right there. I really like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of this neon-y kind of green. It's in the shade Gin Sesh. And I'm just gonna actually place this right here. Oh, wait, okay, hold on. Wait, we're kind of getting somewhere. Uh-huh. It creates a nice gradient. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so good at this. Okay, yeah, I was like, wait, I need something a little bit more here. And this did just that. This is basically like a minty green. And like, I was already basically creating a minty green with the blue and the orange, but this like really seals it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the James Charles Artistry palette, Artistry, I can't say that word, Artistry palette, and I'm gonna just like dip into this kind of like shimmery blue shade right here. And I'm gonna kind of like, oh wow, wait, that's a lot of pigment. And I'm just gonna like pop it kind of like right there. And I don't know, I think I'm actually gonna go back into the Nyan palette and real quick, oh yeah, I'm gonna use the shade Bazaar, or not bizarre, but like bazaar, you know what I'm saying? Right here. And I'm just gonna, oh, well, that's pretty. I'm gonna take this shade and kind of like put it in the middle right here. Okay, so now that I did both eyes with kind of like the draft liner, I'm gonna take a makeup remover. I should use a Q-tip because like, I don't have any nails, but basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this makeup remover and kind of do this with it. Just put your finger in it. And if you have a nail, this is gonna be a lot easier. But basically you're just gonna take this and don't be afraid to just kind of go in because you can always fix it. But then you're gonna like cut it out, basically. And that is gonna give you a really defined kind of like natural, born from within liner. That's basically the eyeshadow look. I am honestly in love. Like this is literally like something that I've never done before. The last thing that I'll do is I'm gonna take the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray and I'm just gonna spray this into my eyes just to set them. Try not to open your eyes too much because it will definitely like affect the shadow. So just like try to keep your eyes closed as much as possible. Okay, so for my skin, the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually reapply some of the Saie Beauty Super Gel Primer. And then after that, I'm actually gonna apply the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Reddish. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take this and just do like a little bit right here. And then like a few dots right here. And then take a dry beauty blender, like this one, and I just start to like blend it out. Not anything too crazy, but just enough to like give me some coverage in my beard area because I do have to shave a lot. And regardless of that, like I still have like some blues in this area. Next up, it's time for foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply the Haus Labs Triclone Foundation in the shade 145 Cool. I'm gonna do like 2 pumps of that and then use this e.l.f. brush to kind of zhuzh it around. Something that I really love about this foundation is just how like full coverage it is, but at the same time, it's actually like super hydrating, and apparently it's really good for your skin. It apparently has this patent pending like skincare product that like is still kind of like new in the market and is still being researched. So yeah, I don't know, that sounds kind of interesting. I definitely have seen a difference for myself since using this foundation, but I mean, honestly, I just really like it because it's super full coverage and it just like looks amazing. Like it just looks so dewy. Okay, so I basically just blended it out all over my skin, and now I'm gonna go ahead and put in some concealer. I'm gonna go into the House Labs, the Hourglass Vanish Cream Concealer in the shade Cream. I'm just gonna basically put it down on this area right here. I really wanna be careful to not like blend into the shadow that I just laid. So I'm gonna like try to avoid that as much as possible. But yeah, I'm just gonna apply this right here. And what I love about this concealer as well is that it does like even out my foundation. So I feel like that is also kind of a reason why I don't mind like the House Labs foundation not really being my shade, because I could always just even it out with my concealer, you know? And I'm just taking the Makeup by Ariel X Morphe Beauty Blender, and I'm just gonna blend it out. And then I'm gonna actually take 2 more strokes of this in this area right here. This is gonna cover up that big like pimple that we have right there, and then also just kind of like cover my smile lines. You probably couldn't tell, but I smile a lot. And so this actually helps with that. I also like to really go into my nose area right here to make sure that I really blend that. Now you may be wondering why I'm using a dry beauty blender instead of a wet one. And this is something else that I learned at that makeup salon that I work at now, is using a dry beauty blender is actually a lot better than using a wet one, because if you use a wet one, it's gonna actually absorb a lot of the product that you're trying to use. Whereas if it's dry, it is still gonna absorb product, but it's not gonna be as much as you necessarily want. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like that technique has saved my ass. Like I used to wet my beauty blenders all the time, and now I don't. And just look at this, like smooth, like my skin looks so smooth right now. Like, I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contour Stick in the shade Call Me Maple. And then I'm gonna take this Sophia Kashuk just beauty blender, and I'm gonna take this and like blend into the contour. Minding the way that I blend. So instead of blending like this way, I'm gonna try to blend like that way, but like up. So kind of like blending up. You'd be surprised at how amazing like some affordable drugstore makeup is. Like, that rivals like Fenty. Like this formula rivals the Fenty contour stick. I don't know, there's something about this contour from Wet n Wild that just like really does it for me. Like it just really like makes me so hyper that I get to drop my fucking beauty blender. And just praying and hoping to God that my phone does not run out of data, because I'm getting really sick and tired of that. Actually, I'm just gonna like blend all over my face, just because this is getting kind of rough. Okay, perfect. So now that's basically the skin contoured. Now I'm gonna go into the MAC Studio Fix NW15 powder foundation. And then I'm just gonna take this Laura Mercier powder puff and then just set my face. It might cover up a little bit of the contour that I just did, but that's kind of like what I wanted. I want to just really set everything. And if that's covered up by a coverage powder foundation, then oh well. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take a big fluffy brush like this. This is the Real Techniques 400 brush. And I'm just gonna like lightly dust some of the powder that I used to set my face. And as you can see, like my makeup is like perfectly set. So kind of like before, I am gonna use a combination of the Rouge Romance palette from Jaclyn Hill, the Sephora Contour palette, and the Shade Light palette from Kat Von D, or KVD. I'm actually gonna start off with the KVD palette, and I'm just gonna go into the middle shade right here with this big Real Techniques brush, and I'm actually not gonna be afraid. This time, I'm just gonna go in with this big contour brush and just really define where I want my contour to go. Look at that. And then I'm gonna take this and go into my forehead. And then the final finishing touch for the look is I'm gonna add the lix Beauty It's Giving lip gloss. This lip gloss is a really pretty, like, glittery pink. It is so pretty. It just gives like this super gorgeous, like, high shine. Now let's finish it off with the e.l.f. Stay All Night setting spray. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had a lot of fun creating this look for you guys. This was definitely something out of my comfort zone, but I really enjoyed like just creating it. Really hope you guys enjoyed my questions. I didn't really get a lot, but honestly, I got kind of deep with the whole like getting over that obstacle of me being gay and just like accepting myself for who I am. And I really hope that it inspires you to really pursue your true self, because I really feel like once you begin to accept yourself for who you are, you really begin to step into the life you're supposed to lead. Yeah, I just really live by that because I'm living proof of it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. My Instagram is CandidoXTorres. And yeah, hope to see you guys soon. Bye. Mwah.